Hey guys, it's Doc, and I want to do a quick video today to recap something that I did on a coaching call earlier this morning. One of my students, Mary Beth, who some of you know from the Skype group, is having an issue with her new blog in her relatively new niche that she's entered. And I don't want to give away her niche, but I thought I'd recap sort of the strategy that I used for her this morning with a completely unrelated set of keywords. Essentially, what she's trying to do is decide what content is most appropriate to write about on her blog. And she's got, as most people do, a relatively simple niche. I mean, if you just look at it, you come up with maybe one main seed keyword, and then from there she's got to develop all these different topics. She's not a complete expert in the subject. She knows a fair amount. She certainly knows enough to operate a blog and to teach, but she couldn't be a university professor or anything like that in her niche yet. And so she sort of runs dry on ideas. So this is what I told her about. This is one of my favorite tools, and you can look it up online. I think it's put out by clevergizmos.com. It's called Keyword Researcher, and it's sort of my keyword tool of choice, at least for developing my first couple of lists of keywords, and then I use other tools to sort of analyze, to look at competition and to look at the number of searches and what have you. This tool is pretty simple and it doesn't do those things, but what it does do, it does really well. And in this case, I'm going to start with a seed keyword, much like I did with Mary Beth this morning. I'm going to pop in the word Kindle instead. And I'm going to do what's called a related keyword search. And essentially what this does is it types Kindle into Google, and at the bottom of that first search page there is a list of terms that they call related searches. Very close to Kindle, related subject matter, and I'm going to show you what I do with that resulting list. So let's hit the play button, and we'll very quickly get, we got 9 quick ideas from this software, and I'm not done with these. This is sort of like, okay, if you call this seed keyword, then this is, son of seed keywords. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these into another list and do a broader search that's going to develop for us quite a long list, and in that list we'll find all kinds of great things that we can write about on our blog. Okay, so I typed these 9 terms in here, and I hit the play button, and I ran it, and look at what we came up with. Here is 2,794 terms that were generated off of this list of 9 sort of son of seed keywords that I showed you just a moment ago. How it works, how this software works, for example, is it does what's known as scraping, which means it'll begin with Kindle books, and it'll go first, well, it could go to Google, YouTube, Bing, and Amazon, but I just selected for it to go to Google and Amazon, which seemed enough for me. And it goes to Kindle books, it goes to Google, it types in Kindle books, and then it puts a space, and then it types the letter A, and it captures all of the things that show up in the drop-down list that Google generates for you as ideas to continue your search. Once it's exhausted all the A's, it simply backspaces, types in a B, and then captures all the things that come up when it does that. And right on through until it gets to Z, and then when it's done with Kindle books, it goes on and it does Kindle versus Nook. Now you're going to find in this list of 2,794 potential topics that there's a lot of junk. But the great thing about it is you're going to find a lot of really cool things to type and to write about. And what's even better is if you can be an affiliate, or better yet, an Amazon affiliate. Look at things like this. You've got Kindle Paperwhite, zebra case, yellow cover. These are things that people are searching for, and if they weren't, Google wouldn't put them into that drop-down listing of things that were just scraped. So these are terms that are popular. You just don't know the exact search volume. If you want, you can take this. Well, 2,794 is above the 1,000 search term limit that you can put into Google Keyword Planner at any one time. But you could break this up into 3 lists, load it up into the Keyword Planner, and get a better idea of both what the search volume is and the competition level. But what I'm suggesting is that you would never want to go to war over large companies, especially somebody proprietary like Amazon, over the word Kindle or maybe even Kindle books. You're just not going to win ranking battles with the search engines if you try to do that. But when you begin to get down into these smaller niches, and you write on something like Kindle Paperwhite models, for example, they just had a new model come out recently. You could do a blog post comparing the old model with the new one, and you could contrast how much more power and capability the new one has, and then include your Amazon affiliate link at the bottom of that for probably some decent sales right here around Christmas time. But worst comes to worst, even if you don't have an affiliate link, you've got a perfect way to create some content and make for interesting and relevant current blog posts. So that's what I told Mary Beth, and I think she's going to go to work on that. I hope it helps you too. This is Doc signing out.